Good evening. It is 8:33 Central Standard Time. Today's date is the 12th of December, 2025. For those of you who have been watching my videos for some length of time, you know who I am. But there may be some people out there that scroll upon this video. My name is Coco. Heaven refers to me as General. Back in 2022, I suffered a massive heart attack. I was taken to heaven, and I was given specific instructions, a divine commission, and a mantle to carry as the general of the end times remnant, coming back to this earth in my earthly body, or my vessel, as Yeshua calls it. I have a word this evening that Yeshua spoke to me in the very early hours of this morning. And today is a wonderful day for me to speak this word because there has been a lot of spiritual warfare in the spiritual atmosphere today. Yeshua spoke this to me. He said, "Beloved remnant, hear the voice that formed you, the voice that called you before the foundations of the earth, the voice that was never intimidated by your wounds, your past, your failures, or your scars. I say to you this day, the pain that keeps you bound is not your identity, it is not your inheritance, and it is not the truth written in your scroll. Many of you have carried unworthiness like a cloak, and you have worn self-hatred like chains around your neck. But heaven has never agreed with the verdict that hell whispered over you. I do not call you rejected, I call you restored. I do not call you worthless, I call you chosen. I do not call you stained, I call you mine. The pain you carry did not originate in you. It entered through the places where you were struck unfairly, through the moments where someone else's sin collided with your innocence, through the hours you could not defend yourself, through the lies spoken over you that you did not know how to uproot. Hell built those places to silence your voice, to make you shrink back from the assignment written over your life, to make you believe that you were the exception to my mercy. But I tell you today, the remnant will no longer bow to the prison of their own thoughts. I am tearing the veil off your eyes so you will see yourselves as heaven has always seen you. Radiant, royal, redeemed, equipped, and carrying fire that darkness fears. You are not too broken for me. You are not too late for me. You are not too much for me. The enemy has tormented many of you with the lie that you are disqualified, when in truth it is your very wound that became the doorway for my glory. I have chosen you precisely because you survived what should have destroyed you. I am not ashamed of your scars. I am the God who places his hands upon them and calls them healed. Today I command the spirit of unworthiness to release its grip from your mind. I command the spirit of self-hatred to loosen its hold on your identity. I command the orphan spirit to let go of your heart. You belong to me, and nothing in your history has outpowered my blood. Rise, remnant, because heaven has issued a decree over you. The days of living small are over. The days of punishing yourself for wounds I have already forgiven are over. The days of shrinking from your calling because you feel unworthy are over. You are the ones I have chosen for this hour, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. And the one who is willing will always outrun the one who is flawless. Stand up and breathe again. Stand up and believe again. Stand up and walk as the sons and daughters of the King you truly are. For the chains you carried in your soul have just received their final command, and that command is break. Yeshuah Hamashiac. And before I go this evening, this morning when I woke up, I sat in prayer and I wrote this down. And so I want to speak this decree for deliverance over anyone this evening who is under the sound of my voice. Anyone under the sound of my voice, by the authority of the throne of God and by the name of Yeshuah Hamashiac, who purchased your freedom with his own blood. I speak to every chain that has wrapped itself around your mind, and I command it to break. I speak to every spirit of unworthiness, every spirit of shame, every spirit of self-hatred, and every voice that has told you that you are not enough. And I decree that their assignment ends now. You are not a slave to what wounded you. You are not a prisoner to what someone else did to you. You are not the product of your mistakes. You are the product of his mercy. I command every dark attachment that entered through trauma, through abandonment, through violation, through heartbreak, and through generational iniquity to release you right now in the name of Yeshuah. I command heaviness to lift off your chest. I command torment to loose its legal right. I command every lie that has sat in your mind pretending to be truth to be exposed and uprooted. I decree that your identity returns to its rightful place under the covering of the King who made you. I decree that your worth is restored, your dignity is restored, your strength is restored, and in the eyes of your spirit open with clarity to see what heaven has always said about you. I speak peace into the places where you have only known battle. I speak rest into the places where you have only known fear. I speak healing into the places where the enemy thought he would break you beyond repair. By the command of the throne, you will rise. By the mercy of Yeshuah, you will stand. By the decree of heaven, every chain must fall and every spirit that is not of God must flee. I declare over you that today begins the new chapter where shame has no voice and fear has no power and darkness has no access. You are covered by the blood, claimed by the King, restored by his hand, and free by his decree. And so it is, in the name of Yeshuah Hamashiac. I send this message forth, and I hope it hits exactly where it's meant to land. In these days ahead, many of you, remnant Christians around the world, you will be experiencing spiritual warfare. And sometimes you may be overcome with emotion, but you are not what the enemy speaks to your mind. You are what Yeshuah Hamashiac, the Son of the living God, speaks into your spirit. And oftentimes it may be a still small voice, but I encourage you to listen to the still small voice that speaks to your soul instead of what may seem loud that speaks to your mind. I love all of you. And right now it is imperative, those of us that are sealed in the blood of the Lamb, those of us that walk in divine alignment with the throne of God, that are surrendered and repentant, it is our job to leave the 99 and go get the one. It is our job to go out there and tell someone about who Jesus is and who he was when he walked the earth, and that he did not have to die for mankind. He chose to. He was born of a virgin, died on an old rugged cross, and he rose the third day. And he is coming back for his church. He is coming back. Those of you that are on the Remnant Facebook group, you know that I had a vision the other day about the day that the rapture occurs. And it was just like it says in the word. People were unbothered. They were eating, they were laughing, and I was on a mountain, and I was looking into a valley, into a small city. And all of a sudden, this one woman, she looks up, and it was something in the sky. I couldn't see what it was. And she says, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" And then all of a sudden, there was a dark blanket that came over the sky. And that is exactly what will happen right before the Son of Man cracks the sky and reveals himself. But he will only be revealing himself to those that are sealed in the blood of the Lamb. Everyone else will see what comes before, and then the chaos that comes after. And it's coming a lot sooner than many people would like to admit. So you need to be ready. And in the meantime, you need to be going out there and you need to be shining so brightly for the throne of God that it might not be what you say, but it might be the fact that you give off such a light that people want what you have. They want to know why. And that can be the introduction to tell them about who Jesus is, who Yeshuah Hamashiac is, the Son of the living God. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless every single one of you.